Can't be number 2, MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard. Good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the New York Jets. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Gun.
On first down, it's Newton. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Newton on third down. And he locates Walker, complete. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Out of the gun, Newton. Looking for his receiver, Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3. There he goes, left side. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there from McCaffrey, 54 yards. Newton to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now Newton. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Mark Ingram. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
This is taken at the 3. return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On second down, McCarty. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Lady, 21. Let's go. Big series.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Newton. It's complete to Golden Tate. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Here we go on 4th. Newton. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter. They've got the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
On 1st and 10, Stafford steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Another try after the first down sack. Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
20.
Third and long. It's Newton. It's caught. Shepard. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The first down screen pass, good for 5. He pitches it out. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
Throwing on third down, Newton eluding the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. Now Newton. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Set. 180. Big 20. Drop deep, check.
They'll run on first down. McCarty. Tackle made by K1 Short.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. Fourth down now. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. The 20. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 38, Stafford buying time to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malcolm Butler dialed the corner blitz and earned the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Check 43. Switch.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reaction to those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. And this is Shepard on the catch. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now Newton on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with McCaffrey. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 45 on 2nd down, Newton, and Walker has it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
36, 36. 22, Jet Bomber. 22, Jet Bomber. Great.
They go play action here on first down. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game. That has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 21.
Now Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Newton now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Great.
Newton now to throw. Going deep for Walker. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Newton. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited him with a sack. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go, and that'll bring him back within 4. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 58 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Elliott on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Next to score, Raiders 48, Jets 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Jets take over
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, McCarty. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Rebound, 132 fighter.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Let's go, team.
They snap it to Stafford. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Tyrell Williams. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
59! 22! Too little, cut. Big ass. 25, check 20 pass. Hurry up,
on fourth down, Stafford. Got a man, Slayton. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Stafford now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie. Here we go.
Now Stafford being chased out left. Throw left side complete. That's Haynes. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Easy. Hey. Check 53's mine. Hey. Let's go.
From the 29, Stafford. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure wherever they... And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick, and they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it 1st and goal here from the 2-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the Jets have got it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Newton. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
He wants it all for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. On first down, Newton. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, but it's going to be 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. To the air again, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go for the end. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 4th down, Newton. And it is incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Raider D, they get the football back. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions, because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
On first down at Stafford. That's complete to Slayton. There he goes, right side. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. McCarty. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now Stafford will come up, try to get his guys a 2-point conversion.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man.
General West.
Wide, get wide.
They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at about the 31. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. From the gun, here's Newton.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Newton. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Don't get nervous. Switch. Hey, number 28.
Great.
He's coming. Check in.
Throwing again is Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Here's Jordan Berry now. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
First down, Raiders.
Set! Yellow lady! Yellow lady! 53. Zero! 53 is the mic. Hey, Alpha! Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Pick me up. Here we go. Tonight.
Throwing here, Stafford under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Stafford. And now here is another interception. And he lost the football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double